This is a message for Carlos. Okay. Yes, we seen you make the comment and you said that no matter what, you blah blah blah, know how much whatever you said. Okay, I don't even remember. What you need to understand about love is that love is backed with actions. Okay? You can't just say, oh, y'all know how much I loved her, or oh, y'all know I love so and so. You have to show that in your behavior and your actions. That's not what the world's saying. So maybe you're confused, but that's not what the world's saying. Just to let you know.
I'm just tired of the lies and everything, what they said I did. I know for a fact it wasn't true. I didn't headlock her. I didn't beat her with the door. I only try to diffuse the situation. They keep deflecting away from that. And what I did what they saying I did made it sound harsh, and I didn't do that. So we need justice. We need justice to be served too, the truth. And they keep deflecting from it. When I heard it, I'm just looking, it was unbelievable, but I was there. And I know for a fact none of that happened, how they just explained it. But my truth will get out here, and I hope everybody understand. That's really it. I can't even say too much right now, because it's just gonna feel like I'm going against them, they going against me, we just going back and forth. But the truth is going to come out.
What if the most important person in a murder case isn't the person on trial, but the one who walked away? For months, the story of Romica Meeks has focused on two women, Romica herself and Khadijah Holly Johnson, who stands accused of her murder. But there's a third name, a man who is in the middle of it all, whose actions and inactions that day may hold the key to everything. Carlos Smith, the father to both of their children. The man who says he was trying to keep the peace. The man so many believe is not telling the truth. He keeps saying, the truth will come out. But what if the truth, when it finally arrives, points directly back at him? If you're ready to unpack the legal strategy, the hidden pressures, and the man at the center of the storm, you're in the right place. This is True Crime Unraveled. And to our amazing community on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, we see every comment. We read every single one. Keep them coming. In any legal battle, the first moves are often the most telling. Holly Johnson's defense attorney, Ari Williams, isn't new to high-stakes cases, especially those involving firearms. Her playbook is clear. Challenge everything, create friction, and force the state to prove its case beyond every possible shadow of a doubt. But in this case, her strategy is taking a fascinating, and for some, a frustrating turn. It's a strategy that seems to be building a specific narrative for the jury. A narrative where Holly Johnson was not the aggressor, but a scared woman caught in a chaotic situation created by someone else. And that someone else, according to the defense's own recent filings, appears to be Carlos Smith. This isn't just about claiming self-defense. This is about carefully reassigning blame. The defense's motions have begun to paint a picture. They suggest the confrontation was between Romica and Carlos. They argue Holly felt outnumbered, like it was them against her. They've even challenged the state's key eyewitness by focusing on the fact the witness was wearing headphones, subtly questioning their perception of the entire event. The question becomes, is this a legitimate legal defense, or is it the first step in throwing a key figure squarely under the bus? So, let's focus on Carlos. On September 8, 2025, he was there. By all accounts, he was physically entangled with Romica Meeks moments before the shooting. Witnesses described a restraint, a chokehold. The defense now calls it grabbing her because she was so violent. But let's analyze what he could have done.
I was actually the one at the scene. So I was the one that was yelling out to arrest her, because everybody wasn't doing anything. I was actually the one who called the cops first. And I saw
Thank
them
you.
when they were fighting in the beginning, and I was like, this is not right. He was slamming her with the door when she was standing in her door frame, not even close to the female on the other side. So she was literally standing on the other side of the road, and her baby daddy was literally slamming the door on her back. So she went back into her car, came back out, and then this was when the baby daddy walked towards the other baby mama. After this happened, he grabbed her by the waist. She tried to wiggle away from him. Her arm was like literally almost getting free, with his arm around her neck this time, because he was holding her by the waist in the beginning, and she wiggled out. After this happened, he had her in the, like, almost looking like a headlock to me on the side, and then the other baby mama stated, "I'm gonna shoot you, bitch. Watch me shoot you, bitch." And he stated, "Oh, she's gonna go get her gun. She's gonna go get her gun. Watch." And after this happened, she ran to the passenger side of her vehicle, grabbed her gun, went around, and when the woman, the mother, who slipped away from him for at least like maybe a good second, as soon as she slipped away, she shot her. And she shot her in the face, on her side, and in her thigh.
Romica had broken away and gone to her car. That was a critical off-ramp, a chance to de-escalate. He could have turned her around. He could have physically positioned himself as a barrier. He could have, as many have pointed out, picked her up and walked the other way. Most importantly, he could have turned to Holly and said, "Put that gun away. Now." He did none of those things. Why? Was he, as he claims, simply a peacemaker overwhelmed by events? Or was his presence and his restraint of Romica a crucial part of how the situation unfolded? Since that day, Carlos Smith has been a constant, confusing presence in the public sphere, giving media interviews without a lawyer visibly by his side. In one recent interview, he claimed people are deflecting away from the truth. He's been openly hostile to Romica's family, even being detained after a courthouse confrontation. His online activity consistently works to reshape Romica's image, painting her as the aggressor.
They've been using the media too. Anything I do, hey, look, I bet you when you beat ass, right? Like, say if you're into a girl, you beat ass, it's a problem. I put out like, yeah, I went to her job to tell on her because she used to clock out of work. I don't know what the fuck they used to do, come fuck my shit up. And that's the right thing you're supposed to do, try to get help. And they even bashed me for that. Oh, you going to a job and doing this? Hell yeah, I'm getting tired of it. Fuck me up. That ain't going to smack us.
When she hands up or smash that up.
Stop letting her clock. Act like she about to take a break and come over and smash my shit up. Because she worked close to my house. Like, stop that. And they talking about that's wrong. They just... nobody about to keep going through that shit. She probably knew I was soft though, man. I ain't used to be on that. She used to go crazy. I used to try to get the fuck out of there. Hell yeah. She used to be on Demon Town. I love her though, man. Miss her, but they got me looking like I'm a man. That shit. That shit ain't even cool, man.
To me and I'll throw it down. Why you lie so much? Why do you lie so much? I'm talking to you. What? Talk to me and I'll throw it down. You want to keep lying? This how I feel when somebody keep lying to somebody. Why did you lie? Tell me why you lied. Tell me why you lied. Why did you lie? Why you lie so much? Why do you lie so much? I'm talking to you. What? Talk to me and I...
This creates a toxic synergy. In court, the defense uses a scalpel, making legal arguments. Outside, Carlos uses a blunt instrument, a public campaign that feels designed to intimidate and shape opinion. It makes you wonder, if he's so confident in his innocence, why this relentless campaign? And why does everyone from legal analysts to followers of the case get the feeling he's not being entirely straight? This brings us to a crucial legal term that's been swirling around this case, the proffer. Let's break this down simply. A proffer agreement is a deal someone makes with prosecutors. In exchange for complete honesty about what they know and what they did, they get limited immunity. Their truthful statements during that meeting can't be used directly against them in court. It's a tool to get reluctant witnesses to talk. Now, here's the analysis based on what we're seeing. Legal experts watching this case note a critical point. Carlos Smith almost certainly does not have a proffer agreement right now.
Why?
Because if he did, his lawyer would have muzzled him. You don't go on TV and talk about deflection and publicly attack a victim's family if you're in a delicate immunity deal. That's a great way to blow up the deal and get charged. So what is he? Right now, he's witness number one. The state is likely playing a waiting game. They're probably waiting for all the evidence to come in, that enhanced 911 audio, the school zone surveillance video. If that video clearly shows Carlos attacking Romica, the state's leverage over him skyrockets. They can then go to him and say, "Look, we're about to indict you as an accomplice. Your only way out is to give us a proffer and tell us exactly what happened." They want him cornered before they offer the deal. What are we likely to hear if he ever testifies? Without a proffer, he'll stick to his public story, the peacemaker narrative. With a proffer, he'd have to admit to the physical fight, the restraint, to get immunity for the shooting itself. His testimony would then become the roadmap to convict Holly. Now, let's connect this to the defense's apparent strategy. Attorney Ari Williams's recent motions are laying the groundwork. They're already highlighting the chaos Carlos was involved in. The next inevitable step is becoming clear. The defense is preparing to argue that the entire September 8th encounter was Carlos's idea, that he orchestrated it. Their narrative will be, Carlos created the volatile situation. Carlos escalated the physical confrontation with Romica. Holly, scared and feeling trapped between these two warring parties, panicked and fired. This is how you throw someone under the bus in a court of law. You don't need to prove he planned a murder. You just need to make the jury believe he created the conditions that led to a panicked, tragic overreaction. This strategy does two things. It provides Holly with a defense. She was reacting to his chaos. And it turns Carlos from a witness into a co-conspirator in the jury's mind. Think about the pieces they can use. The car positioning that allegedly blocked Holly in. The unserved order of protection Holly had against Romica, which the defense will claim shows she was the harassed party. And most damningly, that moment after the shots, the so-called fist bump or gesture between Carlos and Holly. The prosecution calls it celebratory. The defense is already reframing it as a high-stress acknowledgement between two traumatized parents. But for the jury, it visually links them together after the fact. Pulling all this together, the analysis points to a brutal legal showdown on the horizon. Carlos Smith is in an impossible position, and the walls are closing in from both sides. The prosecution is waiting to pounce with evidence that could charge him. The defense is already positioning him as the architect of the tragedy. He's lawyerless in the public eye, running a smear campaign that only hurts his credibility. The moment Holly's team formally points the finger at him in a courtroom filing, he will be forced to get a lawyer. And that lawyer's first call will be to the state's attorney, begging for a deal. This case may not be decided by a whodunit, but by a who's most responsible. The defense doesn't need to prove Holly innocent. It just needs to make the jury doubt the state's simple narrative and believe that Carlos Smith's actions are the rotten core of this whole tragedy. The next hearing is February 3rd. Watch for a few key things. Does Carlos show up with an attorney of record? Does the judge give him any special warnings before he might speak, a sign the court sees him as a potential defendant? Any closed-door sessions could mean proffer talks are happening. So, what do you think? Is Carlos Smith a trapped peacemaker, a manipulative orchestrator, or something in between? Can a murder case survive when the star witness is being set up as the fall guy by the defense? The comment section is yours. We read and appreciate every single theory and observation. If this deep dive into the legal chess game behind a tragedy made you think, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps others find our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to True Crime Unraveled on YouTube and follow True Crime Unraveled TV on Facebook and TikTok. We follow the strategy, not just the crime. Thank you for watching. We see your comments. We value this community. For Romica, and for the truth, however complicated it may be. I'll see you in the next one.
Go ahead and turn the volume up. Turn it up. Turn the volume up louder. Turn the volume up louder. This is a message for Carlos. Okay? Yes, we seen you make the comment and you said that no matter what, you blah blah blah, know how much whatever you said. Okay, I don't even remember. What you need to understand about love is that love is backed with actions. Okay? You can't just say, oh, y'all know how much I loved her, or oh, y'all know I love so and so. You have to show that in your behavior and your actions. That's not what the world's seeing. So maybe you're confused, but that's not what the world's seeing. Just to let you know.